What's going on? Oh, all right. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the breakdown episode 464, sponsored by Gemini. Hold on? Let me. My my lens broke, so I had to take a little time out here to get that shit fixed. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can pull this shit up. Which one is it? Which one is it? Is it that one? No, we're not gonna have that one, are we? No, we won't have that one. Stay with me here. Bear with me. There we go. All right. Let me move this out the way. Give me a second here. Good morning, or good afternoon, I should say. It's 1:17 p.m. on the East Coast. Let me get through this real quick. This show is sponsored by Gemini. Shout outs to Gemini. Uh, if you're interested in crypto, I would tell you to go ahead and sign up to Gemini. That's right. I'm a partner with Gemini, so I can go ahead and tell y'all to go ahead and sign up to Gemini. Right now, if you do sign up to Gemini, there's $100 that you get back once you trade $1,000 in crypto. Terms apply. Go click on the links and show your love and support. All right, cool. G Media. Shout outs to Gokhshtein Media. Shout outs to Leslie, Tammy, everybody who's a part of G Media. Shout outs to all you guys for working your asses off. We had a great time in Bitcoin 2024. Had a great time at Karate Combat. We had a great time in Nashville in general. Shout outs to the entire team for making it happen. All right, we got through that. So I'm not coming in here with any hip hop music today. I'm not going to be sarcastic, or I will attempt not to be sarcastic today. The last few days, I would say were extremely uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable. And isn't just a crypto thing either. It's not just related to crypto. It's something that it affects everything globally. So we saw yesterday, as I think at about, I don't know, 9ish, we started to really crash all over the place. And it's a really uncomfortable feeling, no doubt about it. It's really uncomfortable to it's uncomfortable to watch. It is uncomfortable to watch. No matter how many years you've been in this industry, it is very uncomfortable to watch your assets go down. 100%, no doubt about it. Uh, the whole thing is what it comes down to, and I'm going to get into a lot of topics here. What it comes down to, number one, are you in are you really in conviction place? Because if you are, you're not really worried. I'll say that again. Are you really in assets that are honestly worth something? Or are you in assets that are worth dog shit? Have you done your research? Have you put in the time? Markets go up and down. Period. Markets go up and down. They do. Today we're down, tomorrow we're up. That's how markets work. For anybody who's been here for a while, you understand that is how markets work. I wasn't scared. Is it uncomfortable? Is it uncomfortable watching the market go down? Absolutely. Am I scared? Absolutely not. Am I worried? No. Because eventually what goes what goes down, I'm going to say, will eventually go back up. So there wasn't any, oh, I'm scared, I'm worried, oh my God, it's over moments. In fact, I was trying to figure out how much more money I can put into the markets to accumulate on assets that I deem to be undervalued. So I wasn't panicking, I wasn't scared. Are even the best traders uncomfortable? 100%. 100%. There is some sort of feeling you have inside of you that, man, this shit is not comfortable. And it's not comfortable to watch. Why would you run away? So I'll speak to the crypto industry before I take this outside the lines. Why, if you know about crypto, if you've done your research that you claim you've done, if you've done everything possible to make sure that you've put yourself in the position to win, why would you be worried, or why would you try to escape crypto? Why would you sell your Bitcoin? Why would you even attempt to sell your Bitcoin? Why would you want to go back into fiat when fiat is essentially crashing in a sense? Everything that is Anything that is hooked up to fiat is crashing, you're running back to it. The whole point of crypto was to go and give us a safe haven. Literally, that's what crypto is about. Maybe you'll learn that now after what has happened and what has transpired. You know, the craziest thing when I've taken notes, I've listened to spaces, I heard people panic yesterday. I heard people panic, except a few. So shout out to the people that actually had belief. But I heard a lot of people panicking. And you know what? David, the old David, I guess, would probably insult you. At well, hold on. David never went away. He's back tomorrow. But this one episode that I wanted to come on here and really be serious, not be sarcastic, and really break down things at a fundamental, Why am I hearing my echo? I should just stop. Anyway, the Fed. I heard my echo. I was like going nuts. The Fed. They need to cut rates, and they should have cut rates 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. They have hit their targets. The Fed has hit their targets. They hit their targets, almost hit their targets on inflation, and they hit their targets on unemployment. Those two, the goals that they set out with, when they set out with raising rates, the two goals that they want to accomplish is to curb inflation, and to watch job creation. They should have hit. They Powell and company should have cut the rates a month ago, but they held. They held the rates at this ridiculous 5% plus area. What do you think was going to happen? And this is not even talking about just crypto, just the economies all over the globe. What did you think was going to happen? You thought you would get away with another month and another month? No. You hit your goals. You hit the goals. You hit the goals that you put out there to the general public, and you didn't cut rates. And this is what happens when you don't cut rates. Now, everybody's going to say, well, you know what happens? Historically, when you cut a rate, the market goes down. That's fine. That's a short-term thing. And it's expected. If the fucking market goes down after a rate cut, that is fine. But ultimately, long-term, the markets go up. So the best option should have been Jerome and company should have cut the rates. And they should have cut the rates heavily, not by 0.25%. I'm talking about a hard cut, like 0.75. I understand you wanted to. I get the game plan, but honestly, you guys have never had a game plan. You you fucking suck. You are winging. The Fed has been winging this shit the entire time. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because we've never been in this kind of situation where we have $35 trillion in fucking debt. Because you print money like it's no tomorrow. What do you think's gonna happen? And then you want to go ahead and drown out. You want to drown out and suffocate everyday people. Because that was the game plan. You said it yourselves. You wanted to suffocate the economy to the point where people are starving. You wanted people to stop spending. I'm wondering if I'm more mad. I'm wondering if I'm more mad about the market going down or about people not being educated on this very topic that you put 18 hours into. Half of you guys don't know how the economy works. You don't even know what the Fed has done to us. If I go ahead and break it down right now how the Fed works, you would be in shock. You'd really be in shock if I broke down. And you know what? Maybe tomorrow I'll break down how exactly the Fed works. I don't give a fuck if you're a Democrat. I don't really care if you're a Republican, an independent, Green Party participant. It doesn't matter to me. We need new leadership. We need somebody who understands business to be in office. I don't care if you don't like Trump. I don't care. What I do like is a thriving economy. That's what I do like. I don't like socialism. I don't want to go and live in a communist society. For anybody who's voting or wants to vote for Vice President Harris, how can you? You've seen the last almost 4 years. You've seen what's happening. How can you vote for anybody in this administration? And if you're outside the United States of America, how can you even fathom liking anybody in this administration? Harris can't even explain to you how the cloud storage system works. And that's real talk. Just watch the video. You guys are about who you like, and I gotta stay strong on my party. Motherfucker, we won't have any parties if these people are elected for another 4 years. We'll be homeless, living under a fucking bridge. You guys are all about, oh, I gotta vote exactly how my party votes. You wanna be poor? You wanna be fucking homeless under a bridge? Lighting fucking fire and garbage cans? What are you fucking talking about? Some of you guys have the dumbest fucking arguments. I've been reading fucking Twitter, excuse me, X, formerly known as Twitter, for fucking a few days now. You guys are fucking morons. I can't even believe that you graduated fucking school with the way that you fucking talk. And I don't mean to, I honestly did not even want to curse today. I didn't want to curse. I wanted to keep my voice down. But this is fucking pathetic. It's almost like I will vote for my party and I'm willing to go and be homeless for it. What's wrong with you guys? Yo, if I thought a Democrat was actually the solution to solving the mess that we're currently in, I'd vote for a Democrat. If I thought there was a Democrat running that could solve this mess, I'd vote for him or her. Because it's not about the gender either. This is not about gender. It's not about color. It's not about religion. It's not about culture. This is about saving the United States of America. And if we save the United States of America, we make sure that everybody else globally, from a global perspective, thrives as well. We want Japan to thrive. We don't want Japan suffering the worst. I mean, they opened up the markets and they suffered the worst losses in history. How you cannot see this for what it is crazy. I'm not worried about crypto because crypto will come back. You know, for all the talk about Bitcoin being a hedge against inflation or devaluation and shit like that, I can't believe it. You motherfuckers are running from it. Devaluation. Like that, devaluation is the biggest. Like, I don't hear people using devaluation as a word. Devaluation as a word is not thrown around. Fuck, when I get excited, man, I honestly, like, I get excited because I'm passionate about all this shit that's happening. And you know what? I read these things and I become a lot more stupid and my IQ goes down when I read the shit that you be posting. You guys are fucking stuck on... You guys are really stuck on what Trump did in the bedroom. It's like, it's fucking crazy. Harris out here throwing... you got Harris out here with... what's her name? Megan... I don't know, Stallion, whatever her name is, twerking her ass off. That's not... Her twerking her ass off is not going to save this economy. I don't give a fuck. And let me get back to what I was going to say, because I get passionate at times. I lose my train of thought. Crypto will be fine. I made a post yesterday stating that we filled up a CME gap that we were looking to fill up for a while now. We filled it up. By the way, a lot of things were filled up yesterday. Not just that CME, gap that we were looking to fill, but a lot of gaps were filled. I would say almost 90% of the gaps that we were looking for were filled yesterday. So we're fine. There's one more gap, and I don't think Bitcoin goes there, but it's at like 39 and change. There's like one gap remaining. But I don't think we need to go there in order for us to, hit all-time highs. So I think yesterday, in my eyes, the Band-Aid was ripped off. And instead of having this slow process, we ripped the Band-Aid off and we went all the way down. And I'm telling you, we filled up 90% plus of the gaps that were open. All right, that's a positive. And there's been a lot of positive news in general. Up, yesterday, obviously, and this morning, markets were crashing. A lot of things were, being halted. Robinhood, you stopped trading and shit last night. I understand. But we've seen this before, 2020. And the recovery, I think this time around, will be faster than last. In my eyes, all I saw yesterday, or for the last 3 days, was opportunities. And I went ahead and pulled out a lot of money. I didn't buy a fucking car that I really wanted, and it was a collector's item. I took that money and I threw it right into my favorite assets that I'm currently holding. I'm not selling. And I was doing a lot of repositioning to make sure that I have enough of the things that I am so fucking fascinated with. And for the right reasons as well. I added on to my Bobo position. I added on to the Bobo position. But besides adding on to positions, listening to people speak yesterday on Spaces and listening or reading to comments that people had, it was disappointing because it just tells me how bad they have programmed everybody to just be good enough. To just be good enough. A lot of people do not know how the economy works. They know, from what I read yesterday, there's no doubt a lot of people do not understand how to work their finances. And that lies with the elite that has put this centralized fucking system into place to make you that dumb. And it's not your fault. It is not your fault. Crypto changes everything. Crypto gives everything back to the people the way it should be. And it's not just money, it's freedom. If you're watching these elections right now, if you're watching the US elections right now, it is nuts. From both sides. And I'm going to say something now that a lot of people will say, whoa, David, why? From both sides. Trump, let me start with Donald Trump. Trump needs to focus on what he has done in his life, in his businesses, and for the United States of America when he was in office as the 45th president of the United States of America. Forget about Harris. Nobody cares about her. We care about what you have to say. Trump, we care about what you have to say and what you will be able to deliver to us if you are elected into office. And we hope, and I hope, if there's no fuckery that goes and gets taken place in November, that you are the president and that you are able to fix this fucked up economy and that you're able to really make America great again. Because if America's great, then every other country, whether it's friend or foe, their economies will prosper. And we want that. I don't know anything about Vice President Harris. Maybe that was sarcastic, because I do know a few things, and that's my response. Calling people who support Trump weird? Save that shit for TikTok. which apparently that's what you guys are doing. Anybody who's a Trump fan, and then you guys are going and saying that Trump can't fill seats. Thank God for social media, and thank God for Elon, where we can actually see that Trump's events are filling up, and there's nothing you can do about it. The people are tired. Here's the thing: the people are tired. We see the Democrats for what you are. You had the best candidate available to probably give Trump a run for his money, and that is Robert Kennedy Jr. And you guys threw him out. You guys made sure that this man, because you can't control Robert Kennedy Jr., you made sure to get rid of him and make him run as an independent, and you're making it really hard for him to be on the ballots in certain states. That is the Democratic Party right now. That is, ladies and gentlemen, what the Democrats are at this very moment. And then you guys, the Democrats, went ahead and got rid of Joe Biden. They gave him a choice. Either you leave and you take our severance package, or we go and invoke the 25th Amendment. Very simple, Joe. And listen, I thought Joe should have bowed out anyway, because we obviously see what was happening with Joe. Joe Biden's mental health was on the decline. From 2019 to now, it's declined. And as a human being, you can feel bad to see an 81-year-old man who has obvious mental health issues. But this party ran with him. They ran with him, and they hid it from the general public. Us, the American citizens, they hid it. They told us everything was all good. And then once the debate hit, once he debated Donald Trump, and everybody saw exactly what the fuck is happening, they threw his ass under the bus. The Nancy Pelosi's, the AOC's, all of these people, your Democrats that you worship like gods, they threw this man under a bus. What do you think they'll do to you? If they were willing to throw the president of the United States of America, the current president of the United States of America, under a bus, what do you think they'll do to you? And if you're a crypto head, because it seems like I get into conversations with a lot of people in crypto who are going to vote for Harris, have you not seen how crypto has been utterly abused under this administration? The anti-crypto army? I don't understand. Are you a part of crypto or not? Because if you vote for Harris, you're not. Look what they did to the economy. Just look at what they did to our economy. Look at what they did. How anybody can go and say, like, oh, we're prospering right now. Y'all on crack. Welcome to the breakdown. Welcome to the breakdown, episode 464. Sponsored by Gemini, powered by G Media. I'm upset. I gotta say, I'm upset because America is the greatest country in the world, and everybody globally looks to us. They look to us. And we failed. We have failed. The current administration has failed to deliver. And this has nothing to do with me being a Republican. Throw it out the window. I can promise you. I would say the same thing about a Republican. I said it about Bush too. And Bush was a Republican and he was the president. Okay? I said it about Bush. I also wanted Obama to get into office in 2008. So I'm fair and balanced when I lay at the smackdown on my podcast, on these live shows. I'm fair. I'm an equal opportunist when it comes to this. This administration sucks. I don't know if they're worse than Jimmy Carter. I don't know. But if you're in crypto, let's start with crypto. If you're in crypto, and we've talked about this ad nauseum, if you're in crypto, you've seen how they've attacked crypto. Why would we want to elect an administration or a participant in an administration for another 4 years? Do you like pain? Do you like pain? Because that's the only reason why, you would re-elect, or excuse me, this is the only reason why you would elect Harris or vote for Harris, is if you like pain. The markets will recover. The crypto market will recover. It will bounce. I wrote today, and I stand on it. I believe that we even hit $59,000 Bitcoin. I really do believe we will make a comeback. The market will quickly recover. I am personally buying. I am buying in the red. I'm not buying in the green. I buy in the red. And a lot of you guys buy in the green. You buy the tops. You're scared of the red. Well, then you have no conviction in any of these plays. Nobody who has ever been wealthy or successful has bought in the green. That's not how you buy. And that's not how, like, Warren Buffett has built his career on buying underappreciated assets. And speaking of Warren Buffett, who cares if Warren Buffett took money out of the stock market? You think that 200 and somewhat billion dollars is not coming back into the markets? It is. It's called repositioning. He's going to reposition his money to make more money. That's how successful people do shit. But you're panicking because Warren Buffett, who's also been wrong on a lot of things, took money out of the markets. Warren Buffett, the same Warren Buffett who's been wrong on Bitcoin, who's been wrong on Amazon, who's been wrong on Microsoft. Don't let me get started that he's been wrong on the entire internet era. And you guys got scared because Warren Buffett pulled out money? That's how I can tell nobody has ever, or most people don't study the markets. You come on to social media and you listen to some PFP who's highly regarded tell you what's happening. And they don't even know anything about the market. It's weird. Okay, Warren Buffett exited the stock market, which all he did was he pulled out 290 billion dollars. Okay, great. He pulled out 290 billion dollars or whatever it was, somewhere in the 200 billion dollar range. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? If anything, I saw opportunities lined up. Japan, they raised rates for the first time in like 20 years because they were giving out their money at 0%. So for the first time, they raised rates. Of course, what happened in Japan, of course. What do you think? The traditional markets are not manipulated? And these market makers in crypto, what do you think? They weren't watching? Market makers make money whether the market goes up or down, and they decide. Along with the elites, they decide. You think they want this transfer of wealth to happen to where ordinary people who were not born into the lucky sperm club, that you actually become wealthy? You think that's what the elites are? You think the elites want that for you? Absolutely not. They don't want that shit for you. What are you fucking talking about? This is passion. This is just passion. Pure passion. Because, like I said in the beginning, we live in the greatest country in the world. We live literally in the greatest country of the world. People look to us and our economy, and we have a shit show for an administration in place right now. And that's why I really hope people open up their eyes and take off their blinders, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, and look at everything for what it is. And make sure that you make the right decision. I don't want to live the way I've lived for the last 4 years under this administration. That's it. I want a thriving economy. I want a thriving economy. And you should too. You should want that as well. Welcome to the Breakdown, episode 464, sponsored by Gemini. Sign up to Gemini, guys. I will put out the link. You know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to create a link tree so you guys can click on the link, sign up $100 in Bitcoin after trading $1,000 in crypto. Also, powered by G Media. Shout outs to G Media. Shout outs to the entire staff. Love you guys. We're doing big things. Today's not the day for me to announce anything, but doing big things, and I'm happy to see it. That's how I really felt just now. And that's how I feel, and I think a bunch of people feel exactly like me. We all feel the same way. We all feel that it's, at least people that follow me, and it's not an echo chamber, but there's plenty of people that I speak to who are Democrats, independents. They also feel like it's time to bring in a new administration. It's time to bring Trump back, because there's really no other candidate. Let's keep it 100. We can't get, even if you want to bring up, Robert Kennedy Jr., there's no way to elect him. There's no way that it can happen. So at this point, we have Harris versus Trump, and the answer should be easy. I mean, at the end of the day, it should be easy. The markets will recover. I'm going to say this again. The markets will recover. Look, let me look at the markets right now. Give me a second. The markets are slowly recovering. And I want to see, I did say in that post, I said potentially we could see $59,000 Bitcoin by the end of the day, and right now it's at 55,000. I really believe all the work that I put into analyzing the markets, and you know what? I thought about this yesterday. I don't really put out a lot of the shit that I analyze. And I think I will do so more as we move forward, because I got a lot of DMs and people appreciated the tweets that I put out there yesterday and this morning. So I will put out more of the research that I put into the markets, and hopefully you guys can look at it and even research it to see if it aligns with the shit that you've been looking at. I think I've been greedy from that aspect of sharing my personal information that I've studied about the economy, about crypto, about Bitcoin, where I see it going. We're good. The crypto economy will recover. I have no doubt about anybody who went in yesterday, anybody who was awake yesterday and saw what was happening and saw all the assets that we talk about on a daily basis at the price points they were at yesterday and even this morning, if you got in, congratulations. Congratulations. Why doesn't this work? Really? This ain't working? That's right, Gemini. That's right. That's right. Bitcoin will one day be a hedge against inflation. One day, Bitcoin will become a hedge against inflation. It's not there yet, but it will get there. And it's probably been expedited with the institutions that have come in to this industry, like the BlackRocks, the Fidelities, the Vanguards, amongst others, who have taken a liking, like Larry Fink, to Bitcoin, and they want to tokenize the world. That should leave you positive about where our space is. Do I personally like institutions? No. Do I like that they're here? No. But we caused this upon ourselves to have institutions now market Bitcoin because Bitcoin's marketing team sucked. Completely sucked. The people who talk about Bitcoin do it in a fashion to where you scare the normal retail buyer away from Bitcoin because you're always screaming and shouting. There's no need to scream or shout at anybody that's interested in getting into Bitcoin. Zero reason to go ahead and scream and shout. By the way, welcome to the breakdown, episode 464. I'm out here just talking about my feelings today. That's it. I bought, and I bought. I held, I didn't sell. I held and I didn't sell. That's a rhyme. I held and I didn't sell. I continued to buy. That's it. That was all that I did. I didn't care. NASDAQ going down 1,000 points. I didn't care. I saw opportunities in the crypto industry and I saw opportunities in I saw it in the stock market. I had to go ahead and place some positions. It's good to go ahead and be diversified. It's absolutely good to be diversified. I also believe that meme assets are our utility assets from the last run. So what I mean by this is meme tokens are what utility assets were in 2021, and I believe memes will actually finish the job, unlike these utility plays that claim to do everything faster and build on top of these nuts. All this shit that was stated, I really believe memes have a chance to actually be built on. I'm not saying right away, but I think memes are able to reach a certain audience and you can build off of that. Period. As for Bitcoin, I'm going to say this again. Bitcoin, Ethereum, when they went down and they hit their bottoms, that was a time for you to sell your dogs, sell the items in your house, sell your plants, sell your next door neighbor. It was a time to take all that money and put it into the market. Not financial advice, but that's exactly what I was looking to do. If my neighbor would allow me to sell him or her, I would have done so. Start an OnlyFans. That is right. You should have been thinking about OnlyFans and Feet Finder. Yesterday, you should have been thinking, should I open an OnlyFans or a Feet Finder? And you should have created that account and you should have started posting away. And you should have took all that money and got yourself into Bitcoin. That is right. How can you not be bullish when the biggest institution is sitting on mainstream media channels and saying how they love Bitcoin, they eat Bitcoin with their cereal and shit, bro? Like, bullish. Bullish. By the way, if you want to feel some more comfort, pull up the charts. Pull up the chart from 2020 when the pandemic hit. Look at when the pandemic hit and look at Bitcoin's reaction along with the stock market's reaction. It also went down the same way. It literally, if you look at it, I wish I could pull it up. I wish I could get my trading view up here. But you should look at the chart from 2020. When Bitcoin dipped down, when I had that dip down, that hard dip in 2020, not 18, 2020. Follow me. Stay with me. I know it's hard. ADD kicks in. Maybe you need Adderall. Seek out a therapist. Figure out if you need it. But 2020, same shit happened. We recovered fast. And then we hit all-time high. We went to $68,000, $69,000 Bitcoin. I see the same thing happening here. I see a faster recovery. I see a faster recovery because it's the last thing that I failed to mention. No matter how much I dislike this current administration because of the way they have treated this economy and their other policies that they put into place, which I will not speak on here today because this is all about the markets and what's happening with the markets and why did they crash. If Harris is to be elected into office, she's going to need everyone at her disposal to make that happen. And that means the Fed is going to start printing again, and they're going to cut the rates, and you're going to see this, not only this market, crypto, go parabolic, but all of TriFi is going to go parabolic, because then she can say, look at the economy under Biden and myself. Look what we have done. Because as soon as you print, you know what happens. You lower rates, look what will happen. You'll have people buying, you'll have people selling. In terms of, and I'm thinking about the housing, it's fucked up. I didn't even mention selling or buying what. Basically, this, houses. Just think about housing right now, the housing market. People want to buy a house. People are dying to buy a house, but they can't afford to take on a 6 to 7% rate. They can't afford to take on a 6 to 7% rate. Rate gets cut. People will start buying houses. People will start buying cars. People will start buying. Inflation will start, or prices will start coming down a bit. People will be able to go to the grocery store, not once every 3 weeks, but once every week. So things will start happening. Things will start happening. And then she can go and say, look what I've done. Look what me and Biden have done. By the way, do we even have an acting president right now? Or is the acting president Harris? Because I don't even see Biden no more. And every time I see Biden, I feel like she's holding his hand and talking for him. They didn't even need to put the 25th Amendment into play. They didn't really even need to activate the 25th Amendment. They didn't need to invoke it at all. He understands he's not the president right now. She is. Unofficially, she is the president. She's running the country. I don't think he's signing off on anything. Not a goddamn thing. By the way, World War III. So, that's not going to happen. The whole World War III scenario is not going to happen. As much as they push for these proxy wars, it's not going to happen. It's just not. This is all to scare people. It's a tactic to scare people to vote for the current administration. This has been done in the past and is being done again. It puts a scare into people, but this will backfire because all we have had under Trump for 4 years was peace, minus the pandemic, which no matter who the president was, they will be faced with the same shit. They're relying on people like Dr. Fauci who are telling you to stick poison into your fucking system because the vaccines actually work when they don't. Oh man. All right. Shit. You guys are too good to me. A lot of people tuning in. I'm looking. I got sent a DM. Holy shit. Or excuse me, a text message. David, you're back. Listen, I had to take a week's time off. Handle some shit with G Media, obviously. Sign some deals with G Media. Get some work done with G Media. Get some work on my brand done. Just needed a week, obviously, to touch some grass. Come back fresh to death. I missed everybody who tunes in. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, on Rumble, on LinkedIn, on X. I appreciate everybody. I really do. I will bring on people onto the show. I have a list of people that I'm interested in talking with. The podcast is also coming out. Unfiltered, Gokhshtein Unfiltered will be back. I'll make that announcement of when and where. It will be a 60-minute podcast with some of the most notable people we know within our industry and outside of it. Hopefully, a lot of you guys grew balls today. I hope a lot of people I know grew some balls today, or at least during the past few days. I hope you grew some balls. I also hope that you are aligning yourself with the right people. If you are aligning yourself with drama, with fuckery, you are definitely not going to make it. I am opening up a Telegram group. For those who are interested in joining and learning. And it's free. It's 100% free. Okay. I'm opening up a Telegram group and I'm going to invite people to come and join it so we can all look and break down the markets together. That's right. So the Telegram group is going to be opened up this week and we'll have some fun there. And we'll talk about everything crypto and market related. I think it's time. I think it's time. At least for me, I have a lot of knowledge that I want to put out there. Not that I can't do it on X, formerly known as Twitter, or any other channel, which I'll continue to do these little snippets like I did this morning. But I think that having a Telegram group of people and being able to go ahead and look at your sheets and you can look at mine and trying to see what direction the market's heading into. I think that's really cool, man. I think it's really dope. So that's it, man. That is it. Again, like I stated, avoid toxic people. Avoid toxic people. Put yourself in a good position to where you're surrounded by some good people that mean well, and they want to see you prosper as much as you want to see them prosper. It has to be a two-way street, not one-way street. Figure that out. Find these people, align yourself with them, and you'll see how fast you grow. You'll see how fast you mature. You'll see how fast your wallets and your checking account and savings mature. You will see a 180 happen if you align yourself with the right people. Because I'm telling you right now, if you were around people yesterday that understood the markets and what was happening, you would never panic. You would never panic, and you would understand what was, at least from your standpoint, you would have understood what you needed to do yesterday. Also, my message that I put out there was, at times where you feel emotions come into play, the best thing that you can do is just sit on your hands. The best advice that I ever got when I came into the traditional markets, when I went and started trading in the stock market, was, David, when you get emotional or you feel your emotions come into play, the best thing you could do is sit on your hands and do absolutely nothing. You just sit and relax and do nothing until you can figure out your next steps. And that is the truth. You do nothing until you really, in your gut, believe that the next move that you do, you've done enough research on it without your emotions being involved in it when you make that next move. When you become emotional, you make bad decisions. It's just the truth. It goes for life. When you get into an argument and it escalates, that's emotional. If you can keep your emotions in check, you already know where I'm going with that. So, thank you guys very much for tuning in to the breakdown, episode 464, sponsored by Gemini, my favorites, Gemini. Love Gemini. And shout out to, obviously, Gokhshtein Media. Love Gokhshtein Media, man. Of course I love Gokhshtein Media. It's my company, right? But I love the work that Leslie and the entire company has done. The amount of DMs that I've received where people are just like, man, your entire team, your entire company has done a 180. And all I see is, the sky's the limit for you guys. It has been, it's been, I mean, I don't even have the words. It's been, that shit is emotional. I said, don't be emotional. Yeah, bro. But that shit, seriously, to hear people say all those nice things, the way they perceive us now, they perceive the company, it's dope because we've moved along faster than expected. So we've turned around. We did a 180 quickly, restructured the company to be around here for the next 30 to 40 years. Appreciate everybody that has been following G Media for the longest time. We have a lot of things cooking. That is it. You got to see my handsome self. You got to see my handsome face. I know you missed it. I know you missed me in my suits. I know you did. We'll be okay. We'll be fine. We will be fine. And real quick, I just want to say that no matter who's in office, I'm reading comments as I'm trying to get my comment out. No matter who's in office, America will always survive. Just remember that. We've had plenty of horrible administrations in office, and the United States of America has survived. All I'm saying here is Trump, 2024. But please, Trump, If you see this, if you hear this, if this gets clipped up, don't talk about Harris. Who cares? Let everybody know the job that you have done when you were in office, when you were the 45th president of the United States of America. Let everybody know the job that you did, how our economy thrived before the pandemic. Let them know that you are making America great again, forcing China to pay their share of their taxes when they import products into the United States of America, how you brought back jobs to the United States of America, how you acknowledge and have always acknowledged Elon Musk and his endeavors like Tesla and SpaceX, that you have acknowledged the things that he's built and not put him to the side and make believe he doesn't exist like Biden and that entire administration that doesn't ever acknowledge Tesla but only acknowledges GM, and GM has sold literally no EVs and has done nothing in terms of producing electrical vehicles. We know what it is. See if it what it is. They don't talk about Elon no more because Elon owns X, and Elon allows freedom of speech from both sides. So they don't like Elon no more. Notice the people before we go. Notice the people that they don't like in this world. Notice the powers that be don't like people who speak their mind and have no narrative or not corrupted by the narrative that they try to put out there. Notice who they hate. Notice who they hate. And who they don't speak of or give airtime to. And when they give airtime to them, usually the reports are horrific. Robert Kennedy Jr., whether you like him or not, he's been thrown out because you can't control him. Trump, you can't control him. So this man is the next coming of Hitler, apparently, which is being spread by mainstream media, the liberals in mainstream media, right? Bad. Trump is bad, but Trump wasn't bad. Trump wasn't bad. Trump was great before he ran for office and before he got into office. Think about the people that they hate. They hate people that cannot be corrupted by the narrative that they're trying to push out there to the general public. Because at the end of the day, like I stated again, they do not want us to be rich. They do not want us to be comfortable. They want us working for them. They want to be able to continue to pass down their fortune and their wealth to their grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, to the Lucky Sperm Club. You imagine an ordinary person makes the right bet on the right asset and they become wealthy? This person, who I would never let into our country club, this person is now wealthy. Think about it. Understand what's happening. If there was no narrative, then there wouldn't be so much hate towards the people that I just named. There wouldn't be so much hate towards Elon. How can you hate Elon Musk? This man has been successful at everything he's touched. SpaceX, the Boring Company, Tesla, PayPal, we can go on. Neuralink, even though I would never do Neuralink, but Neuralink for, let's keep it 100 for anybody, like the first person that had the chip put into him, his life has been restored. So, I mean, he's been pretty much successful at anything that he's touched. He'll be successful with X. He'll turn X into the most dominant platform on the planet. What else? He'll probably, in the future, beat out OpenAI. ChatGPT will be second to whatever Elon invents. Like robots. Not a fan of robots because I saw iRobot and that told me everything that I needed to know. But still, this man has been successful, man. But we don't celebrate, it seems like we don't celebrate the successes of people like Elon if they have a different opinion than the establishment. So, anyway, didn't mean to go and rant, but thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate everybody. Get with the right people. My Telegram is going to be opened up this week. I'll go and, if you're lucky enough, you'll get invited. If you're not invited, I'm sorry. It is what it is. We want to make sure the right people get in. No lurkers, no bullshit, no drama, none of that crap. And enjoy the markets. If you enjoyed the green, the red is always there, though. You gotta enjoy both. You gotta enjoy the red as much as you gotta appreciate the red days as much as you appreciate the green. I said this on a space. This is what an entrepreneur goes through. It's not always green. For 5 years, you go through a lot of red days before you finally see green. So we'll make a tremendous comeback. Let's I can't even hear the sound. Yo, why is the sound not coming out? What the fuck is going on, man? What is happening? Why can't I hear the sound, man? Hold on, man. I can't hear the sound. Let's see if I can hear it now. No. I still don't hear the sound. What the hell? I hear it now. Let's fucking go. And if you guys are looking for a great skin routine, how to keep your hair on your head and avoid a receding hairline, all that stuff, I will host a show once a week for men's health. That is right. I will host a show for men's health. What type of creams you should be using, what type of products, oils, all that stuff. All right. Guys, love you very much. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Really, I do appreciate it. And on that note, I am out.